Hi there, it's 9:21. As we bask in the lucky old sun, we are doing our thing. We're singing the song only we can sing. We are following our bliss, using our gifts to give folks a juicy, juicy, holy kiss. Hi there, this is Sir DPP, Deptness III, the Celesticratic Nerd, the founder and only member of the Lost Party Hardy, folks. The Lost Party Hardy, folks, it has to do, among other things, it's a thought experiment. The other day, I started a series talking about the Lost Party Hardy talking points. The first talking point was keep Georgia on your mind. Keep Georgia on your mind. Keep Georgia on your mind. The word George in Georgia is the feminine of George. The word George in Georgia, it's an agricultural term, agricultural word. Georgia means a tiller of the soil. Georgia means, in a sense, a gardener. Georgia could be a husbandman. Keep agricultural principles on your mind. The law of the farm. Have you heard of the law of the farm? Check it out. Check it out. That's your little homework. The law of the farm. Sowing and reaping. The book inspired by love every day. The book inspired by love every day. Bible. I think in Galatians chapter 6. And so many words that say that God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. And one of the modern translations, in so many words, it says, no one makes a fool of God. A man is going to reap what he has sown. Okay, again, my first talking point in this thought experiment was keep Georgia on your mind. Number two, percipient solar. That's where the word principle came from. Solar means only. Percipient solar. Principles only has to do with the source, the beginnings, has to do with great and sunny principles, true north principles. Throughout this decade and beyond, America is going to become more principle-centered. And I'm seeing a very strange thing happen. I'm seeing all religions becoming more percipient solar. Isn't that amazing? All religions, they're going to become principle-centered. That's what I believe that's happening. Percipient solar, true north principles, integrity, honesty, all the good things, the good paradigms and principles of Lady Sweet America, principle-centeredness. It's going to cause us to have a more perfect union. Percipient solar. And number three is non-sabasidalis. I remember when I was in, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and one of our history books on Georgia, I remember these words, non-sabasidalis. It's amazing that I remember that. I guess it was prophetic. But anyway, non-sabasidalis, here in Savannah, GA, Lady Sweet Savannah, GA, on many of the historical markers, you see the words non-sabasidalis. When the founding fathers of Georgia were putting together their values, their principles, their paradigms, part of their new government, one of their principles was non-sabasidalis. Non-sabasidalis, it means not for self, but for others. Not for self, but for others. That sounds like the beloved community. Sounds like the beloved community of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. Savannah was the last colony, and prophetically, now Savannah is the first colony. I see a whole new America that we've never seen before. I'm seeing the majority of Americans becoming celestial. Celeste where we get the word celestial. Celeste basically means heavenly, spiritual. Crat means power. For an example, Democrat, demo means people, crat means power, Democrat. So I see America, the majority of America becoming celestocrats. In other words, they're going to become more spiritual. I see the Ivy League colleges becoming more celestocratical. The other day I passed by a fountain at a square. I don't know which square it was here in Savannah, but the fountain was green. I took a picture of it. It's on Facebook. I love the green. Every Tuesday, I call that the Greening of America time, GOAT. And later on, I added a scripture to the picture of the little fountain. I think it was Psalm 36:9, I think. In thy light shall you see light. And guess what? The motto of Columbia University, guess what it is? I'm not going to tell you. That's a little homework. Shout out to all the Educaville students here in Savannah. I think today's the second day of school. I'm going to be talking a great deal about Educaville University. Each individual, when they come into the world, they matriculate into Educaville. And Savannah is the Educaville capital of the world. More about this later on. So I'm going to make up a little song about the non-Sabbath at Allis. And actually, I did record it earlier, but I forgot I was supposed to do it on YouTube. Non-Sabbath at Allis, non-Sabbath at Allis, non-Sabbath at Allis. Not for self, but for others. Non-Sabbath at Allis, not for self, but for others. This is the way we live. Living to give, non-Sabbath at Allis, non-Sabbath at Allis. Not for self, whoa, but for others. Whoa, not for self, but for others. Ooh, non-Sabbath. Allis. Oh, not for self, but for others. This is the new thing that we're doing. From the inside out with celestocratic cloud. Non-Sabbath at Allis, non-Sabbath at Allis. Not for self, but for others. Not for self, but for others. Not for self, not for others. Oh, not for self, not for others. Non-Sabbath at Allis, non-Sabbath at Allis. Not for self, but others. Not for self, but others. I just made that up. I guess you can tell. Hey, I love you. I love you. I love you. I am a American fowl. A lover of America. I'm a Georgia fowl, lover of Georgia. I'm a Savannah fowl, lover of Savannah. I'm a people fowl. I just love people. Namaste to you. I behold the divine spark in all of us. Sometimes it seems like the divine spark has been put out, but it's impossible to put out the divine spark. Okay, again, third talking point. Non-Sabbath at Allis, not for self, but for others. Non-Sabbath at Allis, not for self, but for others. Non-Sabbath at Allis, not for self, but for others. This is Sir D.P. P. Deptness III, the one and only member of the Lost Party, Hardy folks. Thought experiment. Talking point number 3. The first talking point was keep Georgia on your mind. Keep agriculture principles, paradigms on your mind, especially the law of the farm. the law of sowing and reaping. And talking point number 2, Percipient sola, be principle-centered. It's going to be like magic. They're going to be saying, well, we should have been doing that a long time ago. Oh, it's going to take root. It's going to take root. I guarantee it. And if it doesn't happen, send me a self-addressed envelope and I'll give you a refund. And today, non subacid Allis, not for self, but for others. Non subacid Allis, not for self, but for others. This is Sir DPP, Deputy Third, Minister James Lee Frazier Jr. And as Poker the Pig will say, a big, that's all, folks. Love y'all. Bye.